Hi everyone, welcome to DOdaily, Monday Motivation. It's Des here, back to start a brand new week in red hot form. Just like the weather, absolutely blistering outside. That took me a long time to mention, didn't it? About all of 10 seconds. But it's actually, whilst it's red hot, it's uncomfortable, it's tricky, It's also good for the mood and putting us in a great frame of mind. I've had lots of opportunities to enjoy it this weekend. Of course, I mentioned on Friday, getting away with the Do Running guys. We had a lovely down Saturday, park run. Got a bit hot and sweaty there, got plenty of activity in first thing before going to the beach at the seaside. I had about an hour in the sea, really enjoyed it. So it's not often I get to go on a trip to Skegness and actually get in the sea. Anybody that's ever been there knows it's absolutely freezing at the best of times, but as hot as it is now, I think it's still 30 odd degrees. I'm inside with a fan on. Hopefully that's not interfering too much, but I thought it'd be an opportunity to sit down, say a few words. Normally, of course, I'll be talking about getting out there, getting our activity in, starting to build up for the week, getting plenty done, whichever way you approach it, to feel good about what we're doing, to get something in the tank. But today, I think it's important to be really cautious and just take it easy. Whilst we can make the most of the heat, and it always makes us feel good, the blue skies, the sun being out, it allows us to do lots of things. One of the things, of course, I always encourage is activity and making sure I use it to feel good, but I don't think that would actually work today. I think it would have the adverse effect, and that's kind of what I want to talk about today, just weighing things up and making good choices. When I got up this morning and I was thinking about the advice to give out to the running guys and stuff I put in the group on a Monday morning, I remembered back to a video I made early in DOdaily. I'll pop it up there so you can see it. It was just tips, useful tips for running, getting out, doing your exercise in the heat. How, if you really have to, you can. But as I said to a lot of the guys for a social media post, if you just need a rest, this is the perfect opportunity. Let's not go out and do any sort of create a difficult situation for yourself when you get out and sort of stay in it too long. It's really difficult. So again, like I say, it was just about weighing it up, seeing what it is. We live in the UK. The temperatures will plummet before we know it. This time next week we'll be moaning it's absolutely freezing. So I just see it as an opportunity for those who are of an exercise persuasion. Of course, I surround myself with lots of runners, or if you're just a sun worshipper or somebody who's got to be out and about, just take the precautions. There's some tips in that video, but of course it's all the usual stuff. It's drink plenty of water, wear light clothes, all of that kind of thing. I'm not trying to teach people to suck eggs and that. It's just sometimes, and this is why I do DOdaily, we just need that reminder, don't we, to actually look after ourselves. And I think this is a great sort of way of measuring whether we do that. It's a good opportunity to just slow things down a little bit. Just normally talking about going full steam into the week, but I also touched on the fact, I said it right at the end of the episode on Friday, probably be feeling a little bit tired as I start the week. So in reality, it's given me a perfect excuse. But like I say, absolutely fantastic weekend. Lots of opportunity to enjoy. I did actually experience a lot of the heat yesterday. I was stuck on a train which broke down for nearly 4 hours. So again, that almost, having lived that yesterday, we got through it, we managed. It wasn't very comfortable, but having lived it yesterday, I thought it's worthwhile to sort of talk about what we can do and how we can weigh things up to work for ourselves. Been doing that a lot recently. I've been sort of thinking of how this works for that, and even when I've got these set routines where I like to get out for a walk or a run at a certain time and it's not quite happened for me, it's just been a case of just taking that little bit of time to figure out what I need in the moment. I spoke about coming a long way from a point a few weeks ago where everything seemed a bit upside down, a little bit of upheaval, a difficult situation, something I had to nip in the bud. But things have improved massively through experiences, through having a good time, being around people. But that's where you kind of then get to living in the present. If you can take it that next step by making good solid decisions, doing what you have to do when the blips do happen but you don't really see them as blips, you just keep moving on. And today, for those who are sort of rigid in the way they do things, it's just an opportunity to realise that you can just take a step back. You're in a good place already. I'm almost reaching for this point where I'm flying ahead, I'm doing this, the routines come as second nature. But I can also realise that I'm already in a pretty good place. I'm living in the moment, making good solid decisions. What we find ourselves guilty when we're not feeling good is almost sort of going backwards, looking at what's gone, thinking about how you could have done this, how you could have done that. Like I said, the ultimate sort of aim is to get back to a point where it's all habit, and I've been doing this for 2.5 years, and a lot of the things that I talk about I've not cracked yet, I've not managed. It's small improvements every single day that add up to the bigger picture. Don't get me wrong, I've seen lots of improvement in myself, even when times are tough, when things upset me. I can always find a positive, I can always be objective, realistic. If I'm having a conversation, it's important just to sort of try and understand, try and take it for what it is in that given time. It's when we start relating things and getting wound up, that we start to sort of upset ourselves and those around us. So right now it's just a case of making these decisions as and when they come. I'd love to have gone out there and done some activity today, really feeling good about it. I mentioned the park run on Saturday. Again, that didn't go exactly to plan. The running was fine. I did a good session on Friday night. I mentioned it on the video. Got up, did Saturday morning at the park run. It was with the guys. We had a great team effort. I had all that good time afterwards. But I was trying to vlog it with my new gimbal and didn't quite work out. I did some of it and then it ran out of battery because I didn't exactly know how to use it. So, but it doesn't matter, does it? Because we just keep moving forward. And that's what I'm trying to say. Rather than get upset, rather than get frustrated. At the time, a few weeks ago, I'd have probably got a little bit sort of stressed because of that. But it would have been because of something else, really. But then it all sort of comes out and you get frustrated. And the fact I couldn't do activity over this today and possibly tomorrow even. I've cancelled a running group tomorrow. Again, making a real big decision because it's what's best. The weather right now is really tough, but like everything in life, it's a perfect example really, because it's up and down, just like life is itself. It changes as quickly as it changes. 1 minute it's good, 1 minute it's bad, but even when it's good, you can find problems with it. When it's bad, when it's sunny you want it snowy, when it's snowy you want it sunny. The grass is always greener, isn't it? And I guess that's what I'm saying. So it's just about sort of weighing up our options and seeing what works best for us. I think if we can sort of start the week in that mentality, personally I've had a bit of an experience tonight where I've been to this group at the church in preparation for the wedding, where the vicar's talking about marriage and your outlook on it. And whilst I'm not a religious type, it was really sort of hard hitting in a way of the reasons why I'm doing it, why it's going to be great, how we have to live through the rough and the smooth, and talking the way I do through this, and what I was already sort of planning to say and how I've used different experiences. Even over the weekend, things have been a little bit sort of bumpy, but nothing to upset me, nothing to get downbeat about. It's just a case because over the weekend, as an isolated occasion, I had people around me to enjoy time with, to distract me. That was fantastic. But that's how you put yourself in a good position, isn't it? By keep being positive, by keep planning, by keep organising things, arranging things, talking to people, having great conversations. And like I say, this thing tonight was brilliant because it was almost reinforcing some of my thoughts. Like I say, I'm not religious in any way, shape or form, but when somebody is telling you the reasons why it's important to do the church wedding the way it is, you know, it's brilliant to listen to and then start understanding why you've made that kind of commitment. And I thought that was a great way of almost sort of rubber stamping my weighing it up. When you ask somebody to marry you, it's a massive thing. It's a process you get to where you feel comfortable, where you're confident that person wants the same thing, and where you're making a massive commitment. For me, it's been a long time in the waiting, but again, you know, through a lot of sort of tough times, you know, working at it bit by bit, going forward with it when it's good, you know, not going too far back, because it's about sort of weighing it all up in the moment. And I guess that's the really important thing, isn't it? When we are down, I've already touched on it, you tend to go a little bit backwards, you tend to get a little bit fed up with what's gone before, and it's just about just understanding where we're at. I used the weather today as the example of life being up and down, but it could be relationships, it could have been the stuff I've heard at the church, you know, they all kind of sort of make this point, don't they, that we just have to keep working at it, whatever's thrown at us. Marriage, you know, for richer, for poorer, for in sickness and in health, whatever you have to do, you have to sort of do it with the best intentions and just keep pushing on, just keep working at it, you know. And when it is too hot, it won't be another day, it'll be just perfect, and you can go out and continue. In terms of the activity, like I say, not got much in. That's not necessarily a bad thing. After the weekend, I felt a little twinge, which I've been really happy that I'd not felt. But yesterday I felt a little twinge, actually bowling, bizarrely, at Skegness. Felt a little twinge and just felt like, oh God, is that it? So the rest, if I need to find any positive out of not doing Monday, I would normally do it. You know, despite the fact I've been busy with things, this wedding thing, despite the fact of the heat, I probably need a little bit of a rest as well. And there's the positive. That's all. I spoke all last week about taking certain positives out of the day. You know, for me today, it's been nice and warm. That's definitely a positive. It has been too hot at times, but if you put yourself in the right place, I've spent time outdoors. I've enjoyed this thing I've been to at the church. It's almost helped me understand myself a little bit more, and I've had a rest. What more can you ask for after an absolutely brilliant weekend? Just to sort of mention that once again, really nice time with the guys. It's why I do it. It's really, really important to me. Some of the guys probably don't even understand that. It's important to me because I love seeing people enjoy themselves, and again, some of that sort of inspiration rubs off. There's one or two people who always get involved, and I love being around them, you know, and that's absolutely amazing. It's a great feeling when you see that, when you experience it, when you come out of yet another weekend feeling absolutely brilliant because of the things you've done. More of the same next week, attending a running event at the end of the week. These 24-hour events where you do 10k laps. We'll all be camping out, another group effort before my stag do the week after. It's coming thick and fast right now. And of course, this bubble's going to burst at some point in terms of everything I've got to do, but I've got to keep enjoying it, you know, and I've got to keep being realistic when it works, when it doesn't, how I can fit it in, because I don't want it to come down afterwards. I just want to keep this wave of enthusiasm going and taking it into each and every week in a great frame of mind. Hopefully you get my points there. It's just another one of those where I'm coming through it full of beans, but not wanting to get negative or sort of see it as an anticlimax because I'm not continuing what I've done. There's no need to come down. Just keep level, keep going through, keep enjoying it, you know, keep being positive, keep a smile on your face, and everything will just be just fine. If you've enjoyed the episode, if you did get it, please give it a thumbs up. Do it now. That'd be absolutely amazing. Check out, if you're ever running exercise persuasion, check out those tips on what you can do. Like I say, really straightforward stuff, But just little bits of advice, things I've done, things I've done whilst I've been running. Again, it's easy, isn't it, just to sort of be a bit sort of pig-headed about it, I guess, and just go, oh, I'm just going to do it anyway. You know, I've been there, I've done it, and it doesn't make any sense. So if you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And until Tuesday training, again, we're going to have to weigh it up. There's a potential that'll be out very, very early tomorrow, just to make sure we avoid the heat. So I'll be back to let you know how that got on, and trying to be positive as we continue through the week. Just doing it.